Welcome back to Natural Land Bodybuilding, and today I am going to try to expose my shot properly. Basically, I'm trying to expose myself. Photographically. Are you mooning me? That's kind of rude. That's not the type of exposure I'm talking about. I'm just trying to set the right exposure. Train the muscles, not the joints. Welcome back to Natural Land Bodybuilding with this beautiful sunsetty type of evening that I'm in. I'm at a place in Desroches, BC, and Desroches is about, I guess, an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes away from Vancouver. And this is about a 30-minute drive away from my house towards Vancouver. And this is an area close to where I grew up. So there's a lot of eagles in this area. There's not any tonight, but usually during the day there's a lot of eagles, you know, fishing and all that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty picturesque sort of place to go. And the lighting is just beautiful, as you notice, as it glints off my freaking face. Anyway, so today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about sets. How many sets do you need in order to maintain or gain muscle? Now, I've talked about this a million times, but I'm going to put a different spin on this tonight, okay? Or today. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about sets. How many do you need? And something that I have found from training over the last 5 or 6 years and stuff. And yeah, I'm older than I was when I was competing and everything, but at the same time, I have noticed a few things about how many sets. Now, a lot of times people are looking for the perfect formula. They're saying, how many sets do I need? Is there a perfect formula? Do I need 3? Do I need 5? Do I need 6? All this kind of stuff. But one thing I will say is that the amount of sets that you need to put on muscle mass may be different depending on the intensity of weight. Because if you're doing heavier weight, because you're accessing those fast twitch fibers, they are easier to tear down. And one thing I have noticed is that when I'm doing higher reps, I have noticed that I may need a few more sets to tear down the muscle in order to get that pump and in order to make some sort of developmental change, in order to gain some muscle mass. That's one thing I noticed, that when I use heavier weight, I can get away with using less sets and therefore maintain the pump in my muscles for longer. So when I go lighter, I may need to do 2, 3, sometimes 4 more sets, even though I'm getting a lot more reps in, and according to the volume stats, I'm getting a lot more volume in per rep. That's why I never measure volume this way, because it actually says that I'm actually getting a lot more volume in, even though I'm doing 5 sets of 225 or 5 sets of 275. With the 225, I'm getting a lot more reps and a lot more volume in. But I find that the sets are just not the same quality when I measure volume just by poundage alone. I have to measure my volume based on sets. How many sets do I take to failure? And I notice when I go lighter, I need more sets. And when I go lighter, I need more sets that are taken close to failure in order to maintain the physique. This is something you can apply when you design your own programs, and maybe you see some sort of relevance to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that maybe your situation is different, whatever. I'm always open to that. You know, different people, different constitutions, different muscle fiber type. But one thing I have noticed is that, yeah, I need more sets when I'm going lighter in order to maintain muscle mass, or in order to get a pump or maintain a pump or get that pump bodybuilder type look, you know, like a mountain, or in order to put on muscle mass. You know, I noticed that as I've been going lighter, I need to have longer workouts. I know, it's funny, right? You would think that because I'm doing more reps that I would just need shorter workouts because the burn and the pain is quite intense, but I have found that I need to do longer workouts in order to compensate for not doing as heavy, which is why I always advocate using heavy lifts in your workouts as well as the lighter lifts. But unfortunately, some of us are injured. Some of us have had injuries, some of us have certain histories and stuff, and it's not valid for us to be able to go and do a 4-rep set or a 5-rep set. So for those of you who are living like that or have injuries where you cannot go heavy in certain lifts, you may notice that you need to do a few extra sets as opposed to what you used to do when you're doing heavier in order to get that muscle mass gain. It's nice air out here. Not as much goose poop as in the park. There's a lot of goose poop in the park I was in. A lot of stuff rattling around the bushes. I don't really trust that. Lots of stuff in there. Foxes and whatever else. So I hope this helps you out in your training. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you need to get hold of me, just go to naturalgallantbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now. Mountain. Oh, it's a pretty evening. That was worthwhile. Got some good shots. Got the pretty face in the camera. And I think it was worthwhile coming up here. All right. I bless this place with my presence, and now I'm moving onwards.